Hello everyone, welcome back to another video going over Dragon Ball Super Card Game Fusion World. Today's video we'll be going over all of the red and blue cards, so it's going to be kind of a little bit of a long one, but we'll cover all those two cards, and then in the next video we'll be going over green and yellow. Some people have already got their product, like their set one product. I unfortunately am not one of those, so I do have to wait a little bit longer for my to open up my boxes. When they do come, I will be getting probably a live stream or definitely recording it to upload it to YouTube. I'm gonna put my Twitch down in the description, so if you follow me there, and then when I open up the boxes, you'll get a notification, yeah, all that stuff. Like I said, some people got their boxes already. Some people went to pre-release events and got packs because stores didn't get their starter decks, but they got their set one allocation, and they had, I think it was either like 5 or 6 packs, and you would open up all 6 packs or open up all your packs and then build a deck out of that. So a lot of people got cards bunch of different ways. There's even pre-release cards where all the commons and uncommons in set one have a nice little gold pre-release stamp on there, which is pretty cool. So just another version of cards, but I think that's pretty much all the news, so we'll go ahead and hop over here to the card database, and we'll start looking at the set 1 cards. So this is the parallel for the set 1 Goku. 15k power when attacking, draw a card, awaken. If your life is a 4 or less, draw a card, flip it over. Same old, same old. When he awakens, he becomes 20k, permanent during your turn. All your battle cards with Universe 7, their special trait gets plus 5,000 power, and then he keeps the when attacking, draw a card. So this is, if you're a One Piece player, this is just Rush Zoro, or not Rush Zoro, this is Leader Zoro from set 1, where it boosts everyone during your turn, all the Universe 7, so these decks are getting consistently just Universe 7 cards, and then a couple other cards, but mainly just Universe 7. And again, this is the parallel for it, as you can see by the little star by the bottom corner. Then this is the parallel for Beerus. He is the crit leader, 15k, permanent your turn, this card gets plus 5,000 power, so he's a crit 20k unawakened, which is really strong. When he does awaken, if he's a 4 or less, draw a card, flip it over. He becomes a 20k base. He gains a when attacking, draw 1 card, and then an activate main once per turn, which it says once per turn, but you can only do it during your turn because it's an activate main, not an activate battle. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 10,000 power for the turn. So this is really strong in conjunction with all of the red cards from the starter deck, and then also ones to come when we go through the list. But minus 10,000 means a lot of blockers are just gone, and then playing a Whis from the starter deck, minus 5k, then you activate this effect, minus 10k. You're going to be able to wipe out a bunch of stuff, and then with the first half of the game where you're hitting them with a 20k crit every single swing, that just means that they're going to have to give you a 10k combo to counter out. So you're definitely burning a card, or they don't get a card. So it's just really good pressure on this side, and then when he awakens, just more pressure because you're just popping stuff left and right. So the first card we have is Vados, a 1-drop 10k 5k combo. Activate main once per turn, choose up to one of your other battle cards with Universe 6 and its special trait, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the turn. So this is a card to keep an eye out for future. There's not a lot of Universe 6 characters. There is a decent amount, but there's not a whole lot. This first set for red, it's Universe 7. So you're going to do the Goku, and then you're going to just Universe 7, because there's really no need to have other characters other than Universe 7 in your deck if you're playing the set 1 Goku. But thinking about it, 1-drop, 10k, activate main, so it's not a on-play effect, so you can play it and then later down the line use it. And then it being a 10k, if you had some way to like reduce something down, you can then swing with this, pop its main ability, give a power to someone else, and then swing with that one, something like that. So a pretty decent card, but just not going to see a lot of play from right now, I think. Then we have a Whis, 1-drop 10k power, 5k combo, activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 5,000 power for the turn. So this was a pretty good card to put in the Goku deck. It has the Universe 7, so it gets a plus 5,000 for your turn, so it's a 15k, meaning it can swing at most leaders, or all leaders. And then it is an activate main, not an on play, so you can choose when you want to give this minus 5,000. So if you play this turn 1 and you don't have a follow-up for the minusing power, next turn, if they play something, you can minus 5,000 with this, and then play another card and minus 5,000, and potentially get rid of it. Then we have Master Roshi, a really good card that I think it's just going to be a staple for red just in general for the long run. 1 drop, 5k power, 10,000 combo, activate main once per turn, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. During this turn, the next time you use an extra card from your hand, reduce the cost by 1 red energy. So the red energy is this little marker right here. So cards have certain little markers you've probably seen in the other videos that I've done, or just cards that you have where there's like 2 red markers or 3 red markers. That just shows how much red energy you need to rest in order to play this card. So right now all the leaders are monocolor, so there's no real reason to really be paying attention to this. But when they come out with multicolor leaders, like a red-green leader, you're gonna have to choose what energy to put down from your hand. So it's gonna be adding another layer to like the strategy for this game. So with this Roshi, say you have a red-green leader, you have unfortunately put down all red or all green energy, and you have 1 red energy and 2 green energy. You want to play an event that needs 2 red energy to play it. If you have this Master Roshi down, which you would have to use a red energy, but if you have him down going into that turn, you can activate the main. You add 1 card from your life to your hand. This means you have to add a card. It's not add up to, you have to take the life. And then that 2 cost energy the red event or the red extra that you want to play, that's 2 energy. You then now only have to pay the 1 energy to then play that extra card. So this is going to be a really good card for when those dual color leaders come out. I mean, it's even a really good card right now because you can play an extra for 1 cheaper. So it's all, and then 10k combo. So you play it out, you get the effect off, and then you use it you combo it off if you don't need it for the next turn or something like that. So a really good card. Then we have Khalifa, 5 drop, 25k, 5,000 combo on play. Play up to 1 Kale with a cost of 3 or less with a cost of 3, not 3 or less, from your hand. So there's only 1 other Kale in this set. So the full power of how good this card will be is how many Kales they come out with, and then what the Kales actually do. So right now, I don't really see a reason to be running this card because there are some better 5-drop options. Yes, you would play 5 and then get a 3-drop out, but if you don't have a Kale in your hand and you have this in your hand, then you're playing it, but then you're not getting the full value out of it. So if you have the 5-drop started at Goku or the 4-drop started at Gohan, something like that, there's just a couple better options for your 5-drop as of right now. But once the Universe 6 leader comes out, this one will probably be included in those decks. Then we have Kaba, his super combo, just plus 20k during defensively, nothing really much. It's same stat line, 715, yada yada blah blah. Then Krillin, 4-drop, 15k, 10,000 combo. When attacking, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 20,000 power for the turn. So another really good Krillin. The other one being from the starter deck. So this in conjunction with the Whis and then the Beerus leader, it's minus 35. So then you're getting rid of those 5 drops from the 5-drop double attackers from the 3 starter decks. It's minus 35k, so you're gonna be able to clear the board on pretty much anything. So a really good target. It is 4-drop, 15k, but the minus 20 just makes it good. Then here is that 3-drop Kale from the Khalifa effect. 20k, 10,000 combo. When attacking, once per turn, if you have a Khalifa battle card with a cost of 5, switch this card to active. So, it's not bad. If the Universe 6 leader that comes out, if it works just like how this Universe 7 leader Goku does, where it gives everyone plus 5k for the turn, then the Caulifla going into a Kale will be a really good combo, because then you get a 30k swing with the Caulifla and then two 25k swings with the Kale. So it can be really good, just not in this format. You could make it work with a Beerus leader, but it's just Universe 6 doesn't have a lot of support. Then we have Saolnel. It's probably definitely not right, but he is a 3-drop 25k 5000 combo power permanent your turn. If you have 2 or more battle cards with Namekian and their special trait, this card gets plus 5000 power. So this is one to keep an eye out on in later sets when more Namekian types come out. Obviously, you could get this guy's effect off from the release of this game, but Namekian seems kind of like a even smaller trait category than Universe 6, because we just have the Piccolos and then this guy, and there might be one more, but that's about it. But if there's ever a Namekian leader, then this guy would go in it, obviously. Then we have Champa. He's a vanilla 4-drop 30k 10,000 combo power, just something to fill out the deck, and then it's a good stat line, good in hand and good on field. Then we have Shin, a 3-drop 20k 10,000 combo permanent your turn. Your leader with God of Destruction and a special trait gets plus 10,000 power. So a really good option for the Beerus deck. So you would have, he's Unawakened, would be a 15k leader. His the Beerus effect plus 5,000, so he's a 20k. And then if you're able to get this Shin out on the 3-drop turn, then that's plus another 10,000. So then he would be a 30k leader during your turn. So that's a 30k crit going at a 15k leader. So really strong. If you're playing Beerus, obviously if you're playing something other than Beerus, then this isn't going to. There's no need to have this. There's other better 3-drops. But in Beerus, I would say this is a 4-of. Then we have Android 17, 2-drop 10k blocker, or 2-drop 10,000 power, 10,000 combo blocker. When blocking, this card gets plus 15,000 power for the turn. So this doesn't have. So during really good card. 2-drop. So you see if on 2 energy, play it down. Then he's essentially a 15k power, or not 15k, a 25k power blocker for 2, which is really good. And it does not have a when blocking, or doesn't have a once per turn on this effect. So if for some reason later down the line, if there's some way to restand this guy during your opponent's turn, then you can just stack that when blocking on there. And then with it also gaining that plus 15, if you're playing against a red mirror, if your opponent does not reduce its power to 0 at first before the swing and they don't let you block, then it just makes it that much harder for them to get rid of, unless it's blue and they bounce it back to your hand. But if they bounce it back to your hand, then you get a 10k combo. So really good card, and it's Universe 7, so it's a 15k swing if you need to with the Universe 7 Goku. Then we have Android 18, 2-drop 15k 10,000 combo. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Krillin or up to 1 Android 17 and add it to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in a random order. So this is really good search. It replaces itself in your hand, and then you have 2 really good targets for both Krillin and Android 17. The blocker that we just looked at for Android 17, the starter deck Android 17, and then the 2 Krillins from the starter deck, and then from the set 1. So really good card, and it's got that 15k stat line, meaning it can get a swing out. So if you see it on your 2-draw or your 2 energy turn, really good target. Replaces card in hand. Just pretty good. Then we have the Son Goku that we looked at a little while ago, where he's got the alt art. So we'll just move over here to the alt art. 3-drop. 25k power, no combo. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so this is an optional choice. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less and KO it. So this works really well with the Awakened Beerus leader. This also works really well in the Universe 7 Goku leader, because then he's a 30k attacker. Like I did say, this says add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so this is an optional effect. You do not have to take the card in order to get the effect. You can choose not to do that and then still KO a 20,000. And 20,000 is pretty strong. Like I said, with the Beerus, you can then target a 30k because you activate Beerus' main and then play this guy down or kill that target. Then we have Gohan Adolescence, 3-drop, 20k, 5,000 combo. On play, choose all of your opponent's battle cards and they get minus 10,000 power for the turn. So a pretty good target for the 3 energy where it's just a full board minus 10,000. So a potential for a board wipe. But if you have a couple when attacking effects on field, you have your Beerus on field, you can reduce some higher bodies and then play this guy out and then potentially board wipe. Really pretty strong. Universe 7, so it's a 25k, and the Universe 7 Goku lead. A pretty decent card, 20k power base, just, swinging at everybody. Then we have Great Priest, 3-drop, 20k, 5,000 combo, permanent. This card can attack. And then it also has a permanent. Your turn, all your battle cards with Angel in their special trait get plus 10,000 power. I don't really see a need to play this guy at all currently. Maybe there'll be an Angel lead down the line, and then it makes sense to have this guy in there because you'll have a lot of Angel archetypes in there. But currently, you don't play this card. Then we have Tien, 1-drop, 5k, 10,000 combo, blocker, just something to put out. It'll eventually probably be searchable. It's got the Earthling, it's got Universe 7, searchable, just, 1-drop blocker. Then we have Dr. Rota, 2-drop, 15k, 10,000 combo, or not 15k, 10,000 power, 10,000 combo, blocker, when KO, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 10,000 power for the turn. So, Universe 6 category, so this would definitely go into Universe 6 deck. Pretty good with minus 10,000. If you have 2 of these guys on the field, they swing at one, you block, this dies, you minus 10,000 or something. They swing again, you block with the other one, minus 20,000 on something, and you probably killed something. Definitely good for the searchers, good for a couple cards, so I could see this in a Universe 6. Then we have Piccolo, 2-drop, 15k, 10,000 combo, permanent. All your Son Gohan Adolescence battle cards get plus 5,000 power. So, not gonna see. I don't think you'll see a much play for this. You could make a case for it with the Gohan Adolescence that we currently have that you'll probably be playing. So this might fit in the 2-drop slot. It does have a 10k combo, so it's good in hand. And then with the 15k stat line, you can swing early game. So you could probably make it work, but we'll just have to see how the metagame builds. Then we have Hit. This is the regular alt or the regular art, but we'll go ahead and hop over here to the alt because it just looks nicer. 2-drop, 20k, 5,000 combo. When attacking, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 5,000 power for the turn. So, optional effect. It's when attacking. I might have said on play, but it's when attacking. You get the option of taking a life, and then you reduce something by 5,000. So you could see it working, it being a 2-drop, and then 20k, really good stat line. Just, can swing going into late game, and then, it can work. Definitely will go into a Universe 6 leader deck, just because just the effect, and then it being Universe 6. Could see play now, but definitely will see play later. Then we have a Purina, another Namekian, Universe 6, 1-drop, 15k, 10,000 combo, vanilla. Just something else to fill out the deck for a Universe 6 lead or a Namekian lead. Next we have Beerus. This is the regular art for the card. And then this is the parallel. A 5-drop, 35k, no combo power, has crit. On play, discard 1 card from your hand. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less and KO them. This is a mandatory effect. You have to trash a card from your hand, and then you can then do the effect after the semicolon. So this can work pretty well with the Gohan Adolescence that we just looked at. If you have 7 energy, you play the Adolescence, reduce everything by 10,000, and then play this, and then kill the whole board. If the minus 10,000 reduction doesn't kill everything with the Gohan. Then we have another vanilla, 3-drop, 25k, 10,000 combo power Frieza, just something to fill out a deck. Next we have Frost, which I think is a mandatory just for any red deck as of right now, or just in general for future. He is a 3-drop, 20k, 10,000 combo, has a permanent, your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less cannot attack. So, I cannot remember on the official ruling, but I'm pretty sure if the card's printed power is 20,000, 20, like it says 20,000, like this Frost says 20,000. It does not matter. They cannot attack. Now, if there's possibly some effect that raises their power before you attack, I think that will negate this. Like if you play like a 1-drop event that pluses 15k, if it's an activate main or something like that, or you have a card on the field that boosts a certain card by power or whatever, but it's just if it has that 20k stat line on it, it cannot attack. So Ginyu is a really good deck, which we'll get to later, but that's got a lot. You can pump out a lot of attacks over and over again, but every single one of those cards are 20,000 or less. So this card kind of shuts down that whole deck unless they have a response for it. So really good card. Definitely when the Universe 6 leader comes around, this will definitely be in there. But as of right now, if you're going to run red, I say put at least 3 of these in there. Might as well make it 4 because it's 10,000 combo. So you definitely want to see this on your 3 energy. Then we have Fua, 2-drop, 5k, 10,000 combo. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15 power for the turn. So a pretty good card. It's Universe 6, so whenever there's a Universe 6 Searcher, I think there's a Searcher event, you can find this if you just need 15k reduced. That's pretty good, but it's still good in hand. I could see some play for this. Then we have Vegeta, a 2-drop, 20k, 5,000 combo, permanent, your turn. This card gets plus 10,000 power while it's in battle with an opponent's battle card. So the way this is going to work is you declare the attack on an opponent's character. If they want to block, they can block, whatever. But then once it comes back to your combo step, it will then gain that 10,000 power, making it a 30k, and then you can combo if you need a combo. But the plus 10, you're probably not going to need to combo any more than that. And especially if they activate a blocker, if it's like a 1-drop blocker, then you're not going to want to combo anymore. But pretty strong card. If you run the 2-drop crit Vegeta from the starter deck, you could kind of maybe keep that just because it has that crit on there. But it is a 15k, so you would have to use the Universe 7 Goku to make it a 20k. But this just kind of feels a little bit better. But I mean, crit is pretty strong in this game just because it forces your opponent to give cards to counter out of something or to counter out of a leader attack, or they just don't get a card from their hand or from their life, something like that. Then we have Botamo, 2-drop, 20k, 5,000 combo, permanent. This card cannot be KO'd in battle. So a pretty good card, 20k, meaning it can swing at every leader except for Broly. And then the effect where it cannot be KO'd in battle, where you're forcing your opponent to either, if it's a red mirror, they have to reduce it to remove it from the battlefield. If your battle card drops to 0, the battle power drops to 0, it is not KO'd. It is simply just moved from the field to the trash. Or if they're blue, they have to bounce it back to your hand. Or if it's yellow, they have to do a extra card to KO it. You're just forcing your opponent to have to spend a card to get rid of this instead of being able to swing at it or you're limiting their options on what they can do against this card. Then we have Magetta. He is a 2-drop, 20k, 10,000 combo vanilla, just something to fill out the deck. Now we're moving on to the extra cards. This is a 1-drop, assemble representatives of Universe 7. You look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Universe 7 in special trait, and add it to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. That is an activate main. You pay 1 to play the Searcher. Replaces itself. It's always Searcher cards are always good. But it also has an activate battle. During your turn, choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards, and it gets plus 15 power for the battle. So if you draw into this late game and you don't really need to be searching for a specific card, you're just trying to go for game, you can use this offensively by declaring an attack when it comes to your combo step, then paying 1 and playing this plus 15k on something, really good for early game and then good for late game. Next, we have the reverse side of that first event. This is a 1-drop strong warriors of Universe 6, where you look at top 5 for a Universe 6 and its special trait, add it to your hand, place the rest of the bottom in random order. And then this one's activate battle is during your opponent's turn. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards, and it gets plus 15 power for the battle. So again, if it's late game and you need to survive one more turn, and you realize you don't have a lot of counter in your hand, but if you top deck this and that plus 15, you can use it defensively and then save yourself from an attack, or save your character you have on the field, and then go for game next turn. So both of the events are really good offensively, defensively, and then just during early. Then we have a stage, or a field, not a stage. 2-drop Tournament of Power Arena. This is an activate battle. Switch this card to rest mode. Choose your leader up to one of your battle cards, and it gets plus 5,000 power for the battle. So just something to put out on the field to give you a plus 5,000. Good offense, good defense, and there's currently no way to get rid of a stage. So you put this out, and then it's just there. Then we have then the next one we have is a 3-drop time skip. Activate main. Choose any number of your opponent's battle cards that add up to a total of 35,000 power or less, and KO them. So this one can be really good with all the reduction that we've seen in red just from the starter decks, and then this, so you can KO their entire board with this. It's certain situations that this would be really good, but just the fact that it has the potential of an entire board wipe, or to get rid of a annoying 5-drop. Just it can see a couple slots in a deck. I'd say maybe 2, maybe 3, something like that. Or if you're playing against somebody that's, it's just really good. You can only use it during your turn, so that's really the only drawback. But still, I want to try this in my deck. Then we have 1-drop event, Mafuba. Activate main, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15 power for the turn. So just something that you can play to reduce a big body down, to potentially, have you use less cards to try to swing at it. You could remove something from field if there's a 15k power or something, or in conjunction with the Son Gohan that you play to reduce everything by 10,000. Play this, reduce it by another 15,000, and then it gets removed from play. Next we have last we have the secret rare Goku. This is the normal art. Then we have the parallel art, and then we have the ghost rare, god rare, one of those two. But this one is the parallel of the parallel, so it is the rarest card in the first set. Lowest pull rate, I would assume. I've seen some people pull it already, but who knows how many boxes they got or whatever. It is a 4-drop, 30k power, no combo power battle card on play. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15,000 power for the turn. And then it has an auto effect. When this card KOs an opponent's battle card in battle, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So if they swing at you with a 20,000 power character on their turn, they pass it to you. You then play this on 4. You target this card's on play to that 20,000 power, make it a 5,000, and then swing this 30k at that 5,000 battle card. They are gonna have to counter out a lot. They have to counter out like 4 cards in their hand, unless there's super combos that they have. But they're gonna have to counter out cards, or you're gonna kill that card and then also deal 1 damage to them. So it's a 4 of in a deck. It doesn't cost that much to put down. It's got a big number for attack, so it can swing at lead, but then you don't even really have to swing at lead with all of red's reduction that they have on the field. Then its own reduction to bring something down even further. It's crazy. So that is all of the cards in red. So we'll go ahead and start on the blue one, and then in tomorrow's video we'll be going over the green and the yellow ones. So again, we'll look at the leaders first. We'll go ahead and check out the parallel Goku Black. Again, just another refresher. 15k unawakened crit. Permanent your turn. This card gets plus 5,000 power, so it's a 20k unawakened. When it awakens, if you're 4 or less, draw a card, flip it over. When he awakens, he becomes a 20k. When attacking, draw one card, activate main once per turn, place one Zamasu from your battle area to the bottom of your deck. During this turn, the next time you use and play Goku Black from your hand, reduce the cost by 2. So there's a 4-drop 30k Goku Black that you can play for 2. So a 2-drop 30k. So this card will be played. This leader will definitely be played later on down the line, just once. Especially when we get more Goku Black cards, more Zamasu cards, it's going to be a really good leader. Then we have the Trunks parallel, a 15k unawakened. When attacking, draw one card. You awaken if you're at 4, draw a card, flip it over. He becomes a 20k. When attacking, draw a card, activate main once per turn, choose up to one of your battle cards with a cost of 3 or less, and return it to the owner's hand. So, really good leader ability. Just with the 3 or less, you can bounce it back to their hand. You can do your own cards or your opponent's cards. So really strong. There is an infinite loop that we'll get to a little once we get to the card. We'll talk about it. But the infinite loop is using this leader. So the first card that we have is Goku Black. He is 3-drop, 20k, 10,000 combo. On play, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw one card. So with the Goku Black leader, he can be played as a 1-drop, 20k, and then draw you a card if you're at 7 or fewer, so you can replace itself. Any card that draws you a card, or any card that replaces a card in your hand or gets you more card draw, is a really good card. Then we have that 4-drop 30k 10,000 combo power Goku Black that I talked about when I was talking about the leader. You can play it's a 2-drop 30k in the Goku Black deck, vanilla. Then we have the SR Goku Black. This is the regular art one, and this is the alt art. He is a 6-drop 40k. On play, add up to one card with a cost of 4 or less from your drop to your hand. So you play this and pick up a 4-drop from the trash. So something that you used as a combo power or something that you played, you attacked with, and then they killed it or placed it in the drop, or you combo it off or something like that. Then, when you attack with this, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, play up to one battle card with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So, not only does this card replace itself in your hand, you then can play a 4-drop for free. So, it is essentially a 10 energy play for 6 energy. And you get in a 40k swing, and then that 4-drop, you could target the 4-drop vanilla Goku Black, so you get a 40k swing into a 30k swing into a 20k swing with your leader. Then we have Gowasu, a 1-drop 5k 5,000 combo power. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal Goku Black, or a Zamasu, add it to your hand, place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is a good way to set up a Goku Black lead play, or if you have a Trunks lead or a Vegeta lead that plays Goku Blacks and Zamasus, this is just a setup card where you can look for those target cards if you didn't have them or you haven't found them by the time you need to be making some plays. Then we have a 2-drop Gowasu, 15k 10,000 combo. When KO'd, choose up to one card with a cost of 2 or less in the battle area and return it to the owner's hand. So you can bounce your opponent's 2-drop back, or bounce your 2-drop, and if it's a rested character with a 10,000 combo, bounce it back to your hand. Or if it's some effect that you just need to play next turn, it's good offensively, good defensively. I can see it being played. Then we have our first Zamasu, 1-drop 5k 10,000 combo. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So if you're going second and they play out a 1-drop draw card with the 5,000 combo, you play this on your turn. You have a 10,000 combo that you can combo off during their turn, and then you also bottom deck their 5,000 combo. So then you can swing with your lead. If it's Goku Black, swing with a 20k crit. They now don't have a 5k combo they can combo off or at a later time. Then we have another 1-drop Zamasu, 10k power, 10k combo. Permanent. If you have a Goku Black battle card, this card gains blocker. You can see some play with this. I think I'd rather get the other 1-drop, but you you have to have a Goku Black for it to be blocker. There's some other one drop blockers that you can play and that are maybe kind of a little better, but it's a decent. Then we have a one drop 15k 10,000 combo power vanilla Zamasu. This is probably the card you definitely want to play with Goku Black lead. You play it down, you get the swing off, and then you bottom deck it and play out something for cheap. Play out a Goku Black for cheaper. So either this or the one drop that bottom decks a one drop. One of those two. Then we have Shu, a one drop 10k power 5,000 combo blocker. Just something to fill out. It's got the Earthling category, so it can be brought back with that since it has that category, which we'll get to in a second. We have a 2-drop 15k 10,000 combo power Goku. On play, choose up to one of your battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and return it to your hand. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to its owner's hand. So this card has an errata. The official printing for this card says choose up to one of your battle cards with a cost of 4 or more and return it to your hand. So it makes this first part optional. So with the printing that it says on there, you would not have to return one of your cards, and then you can just return one of your opponent's battle cards to its hand. But that's what the card officially says on the printings. But this is how it's supposed to. You have to return a 4 or more to your hand, and then you can return one of your opponent's battle cards, any cost, to their hand. Then we have a 2-drop 15k 5,000 combo power Son Goku blocker permanent during your opponent's turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, this card gets plus 10,000 power. So it's a 25k blocker for only 2 energy. Pretty good. It can see some play. You can make some choices for it, and then it has that 5,000 combo if you just needed a combo out of something. Then we have a 3-drop 25k 10,000 combo power vanilla Son Goku, just something to fill out the deck. Next we have Trunks Future, a 2-drop 30k 10,000 combo. So really good stats here. So for 2 energy you get a 30k, and then it's also 10 combo in hand, or if it's active on the field. But the reverse side of that is it has a when attacking at the end of the turn, place this card at the bottom of your deck. So you play this for 2, you get a 30k swing, and then when you go to your end step, this card gets bottom decked. There is a point to this, to playing this card. You would think it's like, why would I pay 2 to get the 30k out and then only get 1 swing off of it? There's a point to this, so we'll keep this in mind, just like how we have that Earthling blocker in mind. Then we have the Trunks SR. This is the regular art. We'll go ahead and look at the alt art. 3-drop 20k 5,000 combo. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, so an optional thing you can do. Then choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 5 or less and return it to owner's hand. So you can return your opponent's card to their hand, or you can return your card to your hand. Slightly better than the 2-drop event from the starter deck, where you bottom deck a 5 or less with trashing a card. You can play it for 1 energy. Final Flash. Slightly better just because you have an attacker on the field. You have that option of self-awakening, and then you're making your opponent have to decide, am I going to play this 5-drop again, or am I going to do something else? Then we have a 4-drop 25k 5,000 combo Trunks Future crit. On play, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less and return it to the owner's hand. So just something else you can play out, remove something from field, or pick one of your cards back up. Just kind of, you're putting stuff down, picking stuff up, It can also bounce their blocker. You can then go for game. It can see some play. Then we have 2-drop 15k 10,000 combo power Trunks Youth. He is a blocker, and then on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So a Self-Awakener, which is always good. And then this card can be targeted by the 4-drop 25k Gotenks from the starter deck. So a 10k combo you can get back from, you combo this out, or you block with this, goes to trash. You play that Son Gotenks out, or not Sun, you play the Gotenks out, and then you can get this 10k combo and then a Goten 10k combo, and then combo those off for something. So good targets all around. Then we have Barbarian, 2 drop 20k 10k combo vanilla, something to fill out the deck. Next we have Haru and Maki, 1 drop 5k combo 10,000 combo. On play, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, choose up to one of your Trunks future and it gets plus 10,000 power for the turn. So it can be your leader or a battle card. This could be a good option for the leader effect. You play this out, you boost up your Trunks future by 5 or 10, and then use your Awakened Leader, bring it back to hand, play it again, plus 10,000, play another card to then bounce this back to your hand, and then next turn do this again. So I think, if you're playing the Trunks Leader, you put 4 of these in your deck just because it's really good. Then we have Pan, 2 drop 5k 10,000 combo. On play, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards from your hand. So just a good way to cycle, and you can pick it up with your leader effect and then do it next turn. If you just have some really dead cards in your hand and you need to dig for some certain cards. Then we have Pilaf. This is the infinite loop card. 1 drop 5k combo, 10,000 combo power. On play, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, add up to 1 card with a cost of 1 or less and Earthling and its special trait from your drop to your hand. So we'll go ahead and jump over here to what I think is the target card for the Pilaf is Final Hope Slash. It's a 1 drop extra. Activate battle your turn, choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards, and then gets plus 20,000 power for the battle. Then choose up to one battle card with a cost of 2 or less and return it to its owner's hand. So late game, you got your Awakened Leader Trunks. He's at 20k. You pay 1 energy. You play this event, or you pay 1 energy, play this event, plus 20k. Do your it's activate battle. So you swing, you play this, whatever, yada yada. You then, once that battle finishes, you then play Pilaf for 1, picking this back up. You then declare an attack with another card, picking up Pilaf with the event, proceeding to play Pilaf again, picking up this event, do the effect, pick up Pilaf, play Pilaf, pick up the event. And you could just, if you have a good couple attacks in a row, you can then keep doing this effect over and over and over and over again until you run out of energy. Infinite loop, quotations are, air quotes around there, infinite. But it's just, you play this, you get this, you play this, you pick this up, you play this, you get this, over and over and over again. This can also work with the Haru and Maki. You play Haru and Maki. You give your leader plus 10,000. You attack with something else. You combo this off because it's active, giving that plus 10,000. It goes to trash. You then pay 1 for Pilaf, getting Haru and Maki back. Play Haru and Maki. Give your Trunks lead another 10,000. Combo it off. Play, pick up Pilaf with an effect, with your leader effect. Get back Haru Maki. This card is going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of different circumstances. Where you can play this. You can get cards. It is an Earthling 1 or less, so it does limit it to that. But if you see this or you see the event and you get the Pilaf and it's Blue's going to be a little trouble. If you see a Trunks, if you play against a Trunks, you're going to probably see this combo most likely. Okay, so the next card is Bulma, 1 drop 5k 5,000 combo. Activate main once per turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand during this turn, the next time you use an extra from your hand, reduce the cost by 1 blue energy. So just like how the Master Roshi works from set 1, this is just 7 or fewer cards in your hand, so it's a little more situational, unlike the Master Roshi where you just take a life and then you do this effect. So it can still see play just because it has that effect of reducing an extra card by 1 blue energy, because it's really good. But, you know, it just makes it more situational. Then we have a 3-drop, 25k, 5000 combo Vegeta. End of your turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, switch this card to active. So really good for that 3-drop slot. You swing with it. You know, you get a 25k swing, so it can swing at the leader Broly, which is pretty good. I think any card that has a stat line that can swing at every leader in the game, it's pretty good. And then you can restand at the end of your turn. And then you have a 5k combo for defense, but then it also just preserves itself. Then we have a 4-drop, 20k, 5000 combo Vegeta. When attacking, once per turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and place it on the bottom of the owner's deck. Then switch this card to active. So no matter what, you're restanding. This card restands, even if you don't have a target for that bottom decking. But if they have a blocker out, or if you're going blue against blue and they have their peel off out and they messed up and they didn't return it back to their hand, you then play this and bottom deck their peel off. And now they have to either play another peel off from their hand or search for it. Then we have a 4-drop, 30k, 5000 combo power Vegeta. Just crit, just something to fill out the deck, and then it applies pressure. Then we have a 1-drop Mai, 5k power, 10k combo. Activate main once per turn. Look at the top card of your deck and place it at the top or bottom of your deck. So, you know, just something to look to see what you're going to get next turn. If it's something you don't really want, bottom deck it. This 1-drop Mai, you're probably not going to play. I'd say you're not going to play it because there is this 1-drop Mai. Really good card. 1-drop, 5k power, 5k combo. On play, add up to 2 cards from your life to your hand, which a great self-awakener. Like you play this, you get 2 cards in hand from the get-go, turn 1, and then it has an effect, auto effect, once per turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, when an opponent's battle card is returned to their hand, draw 1 card. So if you have that 1-drop event that we looked at, where you get plus 15 and then you return one of their cards, or return a card to the owner's hand, you play that, you go down to 7, you get the plus 15, you bounce that card, this effect happens, you draw a card. If you have 2 of these on the field and you do that thing where you're at 8 cards, you play the event, you go down to 7, you bounce one of their characters. Since you have 2 of these, both of those autos happen. You draw a card for the first one, you draw a card for the second one. Definitely a 4 of in blue. Starter deck Vegeta, Goku Black, Trunks, really good card. And I forgot, this is the ult. Pretty good, really nice, you know. This card's gonna be worth a decent amount. Then we have Yajirobe, Future, Super Combo, so plus 20, nothing really. Then we get into the extra cards. This is a 2-drop event, Blade of Despair, permanent. If you have a Zamasu battle card, reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1. Then its effect is activate main, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less, and return them to their owner's hand. So you can choose your guys, you can choose your opponent's guys. You're probably going to choose your opponent's, but, you know, with the effect of it being you have a Zamasu on the field, you know, it can be played in a Goku Black deck. Then we have a 1-drop Time Machine extra. Activate main, look at the bottom card of your deck, and play up to 1 Trunks Future with a cost of 2. Place any remaining cards at the bottom of your deck. So this is the card for that 2-drop Trunks that bottom decks itself. You play that card, play the Trunks, swing with it, end of your turn, bottom deck. Next turn, play this for 1. Play that Trunks back out, then attack with the Trunks. It bottom decks itself. Play peel off, get this card back, and then just do that loop over, and then use your Awaken Leader effect to bounce the peel off back to your hand, and then just do that every single turn. Because you can, this card, as long as you don't play something that bottom decks another card to where the bottom of your deck isn't that specific Trunks. As long as you don't do that, you can then just keep infinite looping that Trunks. Then we have that extra, the Final Hope Slash, which we've already talked about. Next, we have 1-drop Black Kamehameha. Activate battle. Opponent's turn. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards. It gets plus 20k power for the battle. Then look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and place them on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So you can protect yourself from losing an attack, and then you can set up your next 3 draws. It would be your start of turn draw, and then your when attacking draw, and then if you play something to draw another card, then you can get all 3 of those cards. Or if they're all bad, bottom deck them, unless you're trying to go for the Trunks Time Machine Peel Off Infinite Loop. Then we have Sinister Sickle, a 3-drop, activate main, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less, and place them at the bottom of the owner's deck. So just kind of keeps your opponents, like if you're playing against a Ginyu that's filling up their board, you play this, bottom deck 2 of their opponents or 2 of their cards, and then swing at the others or whatever. It's just it's a situational card. It's a really good card. If you're gonna play blue, definitely put this in there, but you gotta kind of balance it out somehow. I haven't really thought of the correct way to play this, but it's a 3-drop that gets bottom decks 2 cards. If it's 2 4s, that's a really good value, but this card will be played. And then last we have Sinister Shadows, a 3-drop. Activate main. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, choose up to one of your Goku Black battle cards and switch it to active mode. So, good way to go for game if you have that 30k attacker on the field, or if you had, if you played something to boost it for the turn, it's this card. It's a 3-drop event, so it's like, are you gonna play Sinister Sickle to bottom deck 2 4-drops, or you're going to play Sinister Shadow to get 2 swings off of a character? It just really depends how you build your deck, and it does have that restriction of 7 or fewer cards in your hand, so it is technically situational. So that is all of the red and blue cards for the first set coming out on the 23rd. In the next video, we'll be going over the green and yellow cards, so keep an eye out for that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.